What's up, y'all? Welcome. As always, I'm
just living the life. Yep.
so I figured tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Yeah, why not?
I just want out the top. Very, very. But yeah,
That'd be cool.
but the other topic, cards. Oh, Chris, I didn't notice until especially I've
Yeah, it just seems like there's literally like a lot more than there used to be being shown. Now again, like it just might be that this batch of cards our neck of the wood or our group of people have been receiving it a lot more often, but it also comes down to again, are specific boxes sent to ambassadors like pre-filled with specific packs, like the Willy Wonka style, like you know what's where these things are going before you ship it out to it, you know.
right. So yeah, like I said, I've noticed it a lot more after you said something, and our LGS talking about
Yeah.
is it really worth it? I personally
Well, things like for me, because you know how I'm doing the whole Lord of the Rings set. What I want to do is I want to have the three soul rings, the elves, the humans, and the dwarves. I want the ones that are all written in Elvish. I want those to get those frames, and those are each like $800 to $1,000 a pop. So it's like even that alone like is crazy. And also there's the non-serialized ones. There's also just things that are super rare. Like there's a Gandalf the white whatever that is just for a Pro Tour recipients. And I just think like they're doing it so often, it doesn't have as much flair as it used to. Don't fucking claw me,
right.
Damn cats. So, and it's like neat. Don't get me wrong; it's still cool to have that option built into every set. But like, I think they're just doing it aggressively now, as opposed to what it used to be. It's more towards the fact that like we just see it so often now.
Right.
Yeah.
It was serialized, nice. Now it's just
And that's another. It gives that FOMO, the fear of missing out stuff. I don't know. I'm torn with it, you know.
Don't get me wrong. Liked one, like my friends.
Hmm.
Granted, it wasn't the, but it's still like still a steam. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Cool. I only bought 4 packs, and that other they only had 4.
yeah. At that point, you know.
Because I was like, oh, let me get 2, and he's like, left. I was like, and don't get me
Uh,
wrong, I got some good pulls, but it was like, it's a set that I was like, great, I back, but it was like, I really $20.
you always do.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it's like even myself, like I didn't like jump to the gun of like even getting it to begin with, you know. Usually I'll be like, oh, let me get like go to the pre-releases and X, Y, and Z. I just didn't really have any interest. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna order a bunch of the retro frames at some point because I gotta ship back a bunch of cards to Card Kingdom, and I like to see that how the prices are going down for all these things. But it's just like not as enticing that it used to be, given the fact that things are just. It's just again, it's just a flood of product, and I just can't take it anymore.
right.
Like that's the point I'm getting to. It's like I just like there's just so much product, and I just can't handle it.
Right.
You know?
What? So that came out last week. In like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 3 months or
Hmm.
I mean, it's cool. Like the remaster that's going to be driving the price down. But it's still how much?
Yeah. And it's they have everything planned in of about um years in advance. Like this is not like they're doing it once, doing it twice kind of thing. Like they have everything fully planned out for the next 3 years, and we're just going with it, you know.
Right.
And we just keep buying it.
Hard to believe.
And people like still get super mad about like, oh, they're doing all this and they have that, like what the apples. But like it comes down to is like we keep paying for it. You
Don't
can't
buy it.
be combative.
We
Yeah, that's
don't
the only
buy
way
it.
we're gonna be able to not do it. Is just
Yeah.
don't buy it. Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
buy it.
But that would involve not buying it, and we can't do that.
Yeah. Can't.
No, I think serialized. It's just it's losing all the oomph to it. You know, I'm gonna need to reorder all these things. That's why it's like I'm fatigued with it. Like, cause like, and everyone's saying like, oh no, that the Ripper flip thing with the Godless Shrine. People are kind of mad about. Like, they're like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. Like, it was bound to happen eventually.
Right.
It's not like this has never happened before.
I mean,
And that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all are doing this consistently. So, what are we doing? I want to put the kitchen first. I love how I have to like now relist a unit, and it's just like these jackass Mahones. And then you want to add the bathroom and then the
are you
washroom.
excited for your?
I am quite excited. I think it should turn out pretty well. There's only a couple of people who have signed up for it right now, but it's still very, very early, so I'm not too worried about it. I expect it to be a good turnout overall for the event, just because it's a $200 value. You know, you're going to spend a good amount of money to get into it, so that's why I foresee people spending the money to get into it. You know, because that there's so much overall value that you can redeem. So I expect it to be a good turnout with it. So which makes me very excited to see how how the turnout comes about. You know,
Signed up for?
Yeah, I think Lobert is as well right now. Yeah, that one I'm excited to go to because it's being capped at only 32 people this time around.
Right, and then when you said to me, "Hey, I'm done. Get on it now before it closes," I was
Yeah,
like,
like
"Okay."
yeah, that one you had to like really rush to get that going. Because imagine if you're like, oh, wait a minute, and then like nothing. Now you can't sign up for it.
Right, falling down.
Yeah. So what do you plan on playing? That's the thing.
That's the thing. One of those things where kind of like, do me and you and a close friend group sit there so nobody knows?
Well, you want to be as fast as possible because literally, like, if Gator's gonna show, Gator's not gonna show up. Not many people they're all West Coast.
Yeah.
I know Aaron will be there. He's pretty aggro. His name's literally aggro Aaron. And a few other people that we know that might are probably gonna be there. Just because it's so solid. But I'm probably gonna be building. If I finish and get my testing done, it would either be my Teshar, which is still so fragile, which I don't think I'll do that one. My Tago and Malcolm deck because it's combo, or I'll do Abdel Agent, which is the Orzhov flicker effects. The thing that I might consider though is you can have an uncommon background. Oh, you can have a common background as your commander.
Right.
So you could do Master Chef as your background pairing. So I might want to do because with that at that point you only need 2 more cards for a combo, and then you can do the persist combo with the Putrid Goblin or Renclaw something or other, and then you can do an infinite drain off that fact because there's plenty like Golgari. I already have most of the pieces for a Golgari. I have the Witherbloom Apprentice, and the Greta deck, so I already have all the pieces I need for a Golgari deck. So I might throw that together because I remember at the last one, Bobby played Abdel Feywild, and that was a common Abdel Candle, and that was pauper pairing he did for that one, which was pretty cool. So there's a lot of different options you could do for it. Like it wants me to like do a lease before I even like rent the unit. Like let me rent the unit.
So like, here's the thing. The biggest thing is hard to.
There's a bunch in white. There's a bunch. Green has a couple. Blue does not have any, to my knowledge. Because green has revive effects, so it's enchantment, right? Yeah, because there's 21 total cards that return enchantments. I'll just do return target. I'll do that. Return target. To play or to hand? Hand, obviously. They don't have that. And let's do search also for graveyard. There's a yeah, a lot of it's just for like instants to sorceries. There's Auramancer. I know there's that one. That's in white. All right, color blue. Yeah, instant sorceries, artifacts, instant sorcery. Yeah, there's nothing in blue. What was the other color? Was it white? Green? Oh, that's the land. There's Elven Cache. It's a 4-drop. Return a card from your graveyard to your hand. Revive, the one I was like, but it's return target green card from your graveyard to your hand. Revive the Shire. Return a permanent to your hand. Seasons of Renewal. Return a creature and or an enchantment. So you can return 2 things. That's creatures. That's lands. Yeah, so that you have Season of Renewal and Revive the Shire to return an enchantment. Or technically Elven Cache, but that's a 4-drop. Because a chunk of it returns like lands.
Looking. Biggest thing.
Well, if you.
What it.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Lose that, you're fucked.
Correct.
You lose half of the thing.
Well, that's why you only really play it when you're ready to win.
Right.
And then, so you play it when you're ready to win, and then you also have like Tameo Safekeeping, Vines of Vastwood, and there's a couple other ones that protect the creature itself. The best route to do is if you want to do blue-green would be Gretchen Titchwellow. I have that already built if you wanted to use that. I just need to do a couple edits on it just to get it up to date. So I already have that built for you, so you wouldn't have to buy anything. You can just use it for when we go. The other one is that you can do a Parcel Beast, which is basically the exact same concept. All we have to do is a few tweaks on that one. If you wanted to swap out Dina, swap out Gretchen for the Parcel Beast, because I have Parcel Beast. There's only maybe like 5 cards. You have to swap it around with that one because they're basically the same concept. Blue green past that point, there really isn't anything that like is a go-to. Scryfall, rarity, uncommon type, creature, color, blue green. Type, not C type creature. That's not good. That's not good. Some people have played Battery Bear, but even that's still, eh.
I was looking at Alva.
What was that one?
It's a land creature. Land.
Tadiova. So the other Tadiova, the Benthic Druid, that one used to be like one of the top cards of all time. The one that's when a land enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life and draw a card. That was before Pauper Commander became a thing. That one was like the go-to. The Steward of Ties, it's super landfall. It's not bad, so that's not a bad choice to choose. What other ones are there that you could do? Yeah, the Tadiovas are one option. That's really on this page. That's all there is for that one. At the previous page, so it's either Tadiovas. You can do Eutropia, which is a very enchantment-heavy base deck. Gilder Barn, that's kind of combo-ish. That's not bad. Alcadron's got that one as a deck. Emoti, people played a few Emotis when I was at the events. I think there was like 1 or 2 Emotis. That's the one when you cascade for spells 6 or greater.
Yeah, I was looking.
That's fair.
I was also thinking about doing the kind of background.
The what?
Laura, the one
Oh, the blue one. Aloro. Alora.
backup.
That one usually is blue black control that you would do with that one. Oxfield, so Scryfall, type, background, rarity uncommon, color black. They'll do it with criminal past. That's a common one. It's whenever it attacks, it gets plus X plus O, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. That's a common one, and it's also just the agent of the Iron Throne. But again, you're going a whole different direction if you do the agent of the Iron Throne. But usually it's a control based deck. Oxfield, Explore, Dex, Commander, Laura, Merry Thief, Most Views. Which one's this one? Blue red. Oh yeah, there's also the. That's I don't like the blue red one. There's a flicker based one, but again, at that point, just do Abdel Flicker. Like, don't even.
Right.
Some people play Dragon Cultist, but again, you do a lot of damage. If you do at least 5, you make a 5. I'll make a 4/4 dragon, but that's kind of slow. Yeah, honestly, if a lot of people are doing Alara, they're doing Blink, and at that point, just do Abdel Flicker. In all honesty, the ninja one, that's the Shadow. So yeah, it's the one I consider as like it's the Alara Mary Thief with Agent of the Shadow Thieves. When it attacks, if no opponent has more life than that player, put a counter on, and this creature gets indestructible in Death Touch. That was at the last one. Let me pull that up real quick because I actually have the deck list for that one. Because I actually faced against that one. I think I was. Did I face that one? Yeah, I faced it off in the later in the day. Data. Nope. I need back. CPD is data.
Very thief.
Let's do. Oh no, I wasn't. This one's this one. Alara. Alara. All right, yeah. This one was Little Thieves. This one I just literally looked up a second ago. Oh, sorry. No, yeah. So the one that was at the event, it was the Alora Mary Thief Agent of the Shadow Thieves, and that one. Do I have the list of test page, top events and deck lists? That was this one. Summer top deck. That one belonged to.
Yeah, because I've had it in.
That's to say, it's another options. I don't think this deck did that well. Finny. It's so Allura is an option. Yeah. But if you're gonna do like, do you want to be Voltron or do you want to be Control? Because if you do an Alara, it's more of a control deck.
Like I said, I'm trying to remember the comp. I know pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Back is
Like mono black or just black and the what should I call it?
Mono black. There's rogue vampire spy thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those ones where like so many of
them. Mm-hmm. So the decks that I have on hand, oops. Sorry. If you just said anything, I didn't hear any. My headphones unplugged.
No, you good.
So I have a Rilza deck, which is black-blue control. I still have a Rilza. I have Viscopa, Teshar, Tago with Icky Tiki, but it's still not competitive. But I have Tago Malcolm working on. I have Rox Warmonk, which is Voltron Life Gain. I have, which I don't have that one anymore. I have a few others as well. So I got a lot, and then Gretchen, which said, if you want to have a clean-cut route to a combo win, there is literally Gretchen. It's probably one of your better best for what it is. That's my 2 cents on that one, and I can get you squared away with the Gretchen very quickly.
Oh yeah,
it's so straightforward. That's the one where I eventually had the Weaver twins and I converted it down. I was like, I don't need to do this. Property. Apartments.
Gretchen's still.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't have in the deck of Snowlands. None of my decks I have Snowlands, unfortunately, because there's just don't freaking have them, you know. So you would need to do the Snowlands only for a couple of cards, but it's still helpful.
For the Sculptor of the Wind.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. It's just getting infinite mana. And then the commander itself is what does it. You want to do a rundown with the Moxfield right now? 1v1? It's on my Moxfield. I can give you the literal list I have. Yeah, I used the one from Puzzle, so I need to send that right now to you.
Sculptor of.
All right, this one I'm sending you right now, it's going to be right here, is Puzzle's direct listing. The one that he's used multiple times. Discord, yeah. That's the one that he gave me for the battle box. In the description, you'll see the list. He hasn't updated this in forever because he's been working on a bunch of other decks, but this is the one I have probably 90%, 95, 96% of this entire deck right now. All right, you do that one, then I'll play. What's another option you could do? Do I have an Alara deck with me? I'll play that kid's Alara deck. Just so you can see the differences.
Has most.
That's the whole deck. So the reason why Gretchen decks and Tago deck, Malcolm decks do so well is because the entire deck is just combo.
Right.
That's literally all it is. It's like there's like only a couple of counter spells. There really isn't anything that is designing it to not go off. It's the whole point is to just literally get the combo.
Right.
Do it as soon as possible and go with that. I don't know if it keeps freaking changing it. No matter how many times I fucking tap this thing, it just keeps changing it. The whole like where my hand is. Well, yeah, where it's at right now, it's not gonna matter.
All right.
Do that. I'll be paranoid. All right, and then lock it. All right, let me pull up Discord over here real quick. All right, so with your opening hand, this one is pretty reasonable. Like this is a very, very good opening hand that you have right now. So turn one would be land into wild growth for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, turn two, you play the snow on tapper. And then you unless you have the Simic growth chamber, it's probably the better route potentially if you do a growth changer. The high tide you didn't really need right now. It's new with the 3 visits.
Right.
You know? So turn 4 turn 3, you're gonna play the growth chambers, bouncing the island you just played last turn, and then doing the 3 visits. And then and with the mana you float, you play Gretchen. And then on turn 4, that's when you start going deeper.
Right.
All right, so let's do this. Okay. I'll play first, so I'm gonna do Island Pass.
Uncover forest, tap, wild growth.
Do 1, 2. I'll do Brainstorm top 3. 1, 2, 3. And put 2 back. Be 1 and 2. Land return will be a Bajuka Bog, and I'll pass turn. Oh, it's because I had this. That's why you typically do that.
Or I mean, island. Tap the 2. Alter. Pass turn.
Okay, untap draw. And I will Swamp Cycle Troll. Getting Ice Tunnel, put in the battlefield tapped, and I'll pass.
Draw. Forest. Three. Play Dawn Reflection. Island.
No, you want to put it on the other one. what you're trying to do is you want to have one land produce as much mana as possible.
Gotcha.
So, like, the likelihood that there is land removal is very low.
Right.
Collect. So, what you want to do is you want to get this. So, like, that land now taps for 4 mana.
Right.
So, if you have with that one untapper, because you're going to tap it, and then right now it's going to tap for 4 mana, you play your Gretchen, and then you play the bounce land.
Right. So tap the.
Yep. Then you retap it.
Tap it for 4.
Play Gretchen.
Tap the blue.
And then the other 2 mana, do a 3 visits.
Float and tap this. Draw card.
Alright. I untap draw. Alright, I'll tap 3 and I'll cast Allura. And then I will play Aqueduct tapped, returning the island to hand, and I will pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Tap this. Tap a blue card. This time. One floating forest. Tap this. Draw a card. I'll pass.
Alright. I'm going to untap and draw. For 2, I cast... 3 total. Seagate Oracle. Look at the top 2. Put one in my hand. Rest the one at the bottom. 1, 2. This goes to the bottom. Land for turn. I'll tap 2 for a Virus Beetle. And I'm going to pass the turn.
Growth chain. Tap this.
Protection.
Tap the.
So Wizard Cycling is a good thing. You never want to play that one. You only want to do it as a Wizard Cycler. So that looks for the things that are are the combo pieces.
Right.
So like that one, it's gonna search for wizards. No, so you'll see here. So it's the Galvanic Alchemist. Do you see my board? So the Alchemist it will allow you to untap a creature. So it costs 3 mana. So when it enters the battlefield, you're gonna soul bond it with the untapping creature. When that untaps the creature itself, it's gonna have untap that land, so you have 1 mana floating every single time. And then with Gretchen, you draw your entire deck, or you use the capsize to unsummon everyone's lands. That's how that would go about. And you're gonna you'll do it on your next turn, which you have a turn 6 potential win. You leave up Memory Lapse and the Shore Up as your protection.
Right.
Because you're not gonna need the High Tide.
Nope.
What you could do is to bait the players out is you tap the island for a High Tide, because then people are going to start to say, oh, he clearly has something, let me counter this. Then you can, what you would want to do is you play the High Tide, bait out the counter, like play, and then once they go to counter it, just like sit there and go like think about it, make it so it seems as though you want to counter it, but then just don't. You're still gonna have 4 mana available at that point before, like obviously 4 free mana you can use. You use that to then activate Gretchen, so it looks like you're digging for an answer. And then what you do at that point, then you play the creature you need and everything like that. So what you want to do, see, the unfortunate thing is right now, you have to Wizard Cycle, and then when you Wizard Cycle, you show them exactly what you're going after, so they know you have the win. So there's also that, if you do it on 2 separate turns.
Right.
So that's the downfall of these decks, is that they are just super, super fragile.
Right.
Like, the thing is with these, which I was talking about with Bobby and with Liam yesterday, is that there's just so much redundancy in this deck. You know?
Right.
And that's what you're trying to establish, is this consistent redundancy. That's what's going to allow you to do so well.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'd do would be take out a couple of
Well, the thing is that the other option is you can add. Is the graph in this one or no?
So like he already has the High Tide in here and the Necromancer. The only thing he needs to add is a snap, and you. So like, there's one combo. You cut a card, add that.
It's got snap. There's snap in the deck. I thought there was. Yeah, snaps in the deck.
Oh, it is in the deck. Yeah. So yeah, there's.
And then let me see the other one that. What Gators?
Scarecrow and Careful Cultivate.
Well, the thing is, your infinite mana roots are your untappers.
Right.
That's really more so you want to focus on. So it's like you want to have the redundancy with a lot of untappers.
That's what Pillar Poly.
Yeah, correct. But that's the thing. Is like that's not creating a redundancy, because it's only those 2 specific cards make up the combo. So you're potentially taking up 2 slots in order to do something. Whereas like if you add 2 more untappers or 2 more like Utopia Sprawl effects, that's creating the redundancy. Like in the sense of like redundancy is creating. So if you do the Pillapala and the Tree Folk thing, whatever it's called, you are getting another option of unlimited infinite mana, but it's a whole different variant of infinite mana. So you really want to like avoid. So like the infinite mana option of that one specifically, you would do that if you were building a Eudora deck. Eudora being a mono green build, and then that's the way to win with that one.
Right.
Yeah, is this the one? Yeah, that one's the highest. Where's Gators? It's Bobby's. This is Bobby's that he played to win first place at the Richest of Rags, the one that I was at. I just sent that to you now. Let's do copy message link. They're very, very similar to copy. If I compare the two, I edit, compare, paste. Like these are the only differences right here. The top one is Bobby's, and the bottom one is Puzzles. Differences you'll see here: Avoid Fate and Shore Up are almost the exact same thing, so there's no difference between those two. It's just interchangeable options. The Rhyme Wild is a snow effect. Again, it's the personal choice. Same thing you'll see with the Vizier Tumbling Sands. It's an untap effect, so that those are like the same exact thing. Daze and Negate, same concept. Those are two of the exact same things, just different aspects of themselves. Daze being a free option potentially, and then Counterspell is just the Negates is just direct Counterspell. Then you have the last four, where it's Blighted Burgeoning and Portent Tracker are just untapping effects. Where what Bobby did a more heavier focus on is Into the Royal and Spell Pierce, which is 2 times removal, as opposed to you'll see with Puzzles only has the 1 removal being Lignify. Treasure Cruise is a really good option because you're never going to cast it for the 8 mana. You're generally going to cast it for 3 or 4 mana. So it's drawing 3 cards for 3 or 4 mana. It's very, very good. But even if anything, you have the untapper, so you're still going to be able to draw like a lot of mana off of that itself.
Right.
And then you have the option of the Sapphire Charm, which is a cool versatility. It's a draw or protection spell, because the Sapphire allows a creature to phase out. So it is a little bit. It's a different variant of protection, because like Spell Pierce is a single blue mana, but it's only a non-creature. Like the Sapphire Charm is more of like an actual single target removal, similar to like Shore Up or Avoid Fate.
Right.
I played Avoid Fate in mine. That's what I did when I played the Weaver Twins.
Yep.
I don't think I had the Shore Up. Now, another thing with the Blighted Burgeoning, it's going to make a Phyrexian token. So, like, if need be, that can become a creature later on if you really do need it. I also preferred Lignify. The downfall of Lignify, for example, is that you're still leaving the creature on the board. So they're far more inclined to block. But again, you're not attacking with this deck. That's the reason why I like that. So you basically can shut down their commander, whereas like Into the Royal, it just takes their commander off for a turn. So like literally the next turn they can replay their commander. If they have enough mana, they can activate any abilities or do what they need to do with the Royal. The reason why the Royal is good is because it's return any non-land permanent, so you could bounce anything specifically like the untap effect, the agents, or anything along those lines to work with that. But the biggest decks you need to look out for are Malcolm plus whatever other color and Gretchen decks. And then there's also TPIs kind of floating around a little bit, and then a bunch of different random ones like those, and then Abdel Flicker. Those are the 4 main decks that you're facing off right now. So that's the top 4 of the meta. That's why I'm going with Abdel Black as opposed to Abdel Blue. And when it comes to my Toggle deck, my Malcolm deck, I'm doing with Toggle instead of like Rograk or Malcolm and Breaches. Or Malcolm Cadiz, just because I think that Malcolm can enable itself to do a win with an artifact land where it'll trigger the effect itself. If I have no artifacts in my hand, with Toggle, when I play a land, it's going to make an artifact, and then that'll spiral the Malcolm with the Reckless Fireweaver ability to go off at that point. That's the reason why I'm doing Taga with Malcolm as opposed to a different choice. Boy. Where you going? All right. But yeah. All right. I got them listed on Zillow and apartments.com. What else is there? Yeah, I'm going to have Amber do the Craigslist one. She's doing a generic one because I don't have the Facebook. Slimefoot's another option. It's been getting a little more update with the more recent set being the Black getting a lot of other options as well. No one's played a Slimefoot in a while, so it is an option you can do. Sheets. Like top cards, commanders. Oh, I never add the RIW hobbies. Oh, I still got to add that one in there. The one that I was at in Detroit. I still have to add that to this list. Like anything that's black, red. This is my event. Some Gator's friend played Icky Tiki and Armix, which is black, white, black, green. This one didn't have any. Yeah, someone had a Slimefoot. Where was it? This list is wicked old, but I'm sending this list to you now. That's someone's list that they played. It's kind of all over the place, this deck. This needs a lot more synchronization, in my personal choice. Who else did it? There was a couple of Tatiova decks. Winding Instructor, someone played that. That's not a bad deck. It's more like Goltall. Like a Voltron style based Golgari deck. Golgari wise, honestly, Akawali is a really, really good one right now. The guy that has Descend, and it can become a 7/7 when you hit Descend 8. That one's really, really good right now. Even Gretchen, because with the life gain. The biggest thing that's been going on that I've been noticing more recently is that you need to get life gain. You're basically, in a sense, starting at 15 life. You're not starting at 30 with a lot of the events that I've been seeing and whatnot. So if you can get even like 3 to 6 life, that puts a huge window on you to keep going. Given the fact that there's so much prevalency of combo and the mid-range is holding itself true a lot more recently, if you can get, with all the pingers that are going out there, that extra 3 to 6 life is huge. And that's why when I'm playing my Tesho deck, it's got a lot of little like mini life gain synergies. Like even the other day, like I was digging it. I gotta make a serious lot of edits to my Tesho deck because I only have one sack outlet, I realized. When there's like 5 options. And once you get that sack piece, you can do a lot of like life gain synergies. And I think I gained like 15 life throughout the entire thing. So you can gain a lot of life, and that's going to really... So you'll be at like 30 or 40 life, and everyone's at 15. At that point, then you're just going to find the way to like finish it out. And that's why, like with Ryan, his TPI deck, he's added a couple of candy trails and whatnot to like get that little bit extra life. And I have his TPI deck too. Like I have most of the pieces from his TPI, and I have that ready to go if you wanted to play a TPI base, you know?
Yeah.
There's a lot of different things we can do.
Oh yeah, legitimately, I have my.
I like the TPI a lot. TPI is one of the more fun ones, in my personal opinion. It's the same concept. Fuck! I only had 2 things of caffeine today, so I'm dying.
Oh.
So there's those options. You can do, like, TPI is a fun one if you wanted to go that route. I said I already have most of that deck. The only things that you have to do is like replace the lands to real snow lands because I have fake ones in here. What else is really in this thing? Because this has like all the pieces, even Shred's in this thing. Oh, Ponder! I gotta put a new Ponder in there. But the TPI deck is almost the same thing as a Malcolm based deck. The thing is, Malcolm is just like super, let's get this combo going. Whereas like the TPI deck tries to be a little more aggro overall. and I have all the extra pieces I need to swap out into the TPI base deck. Like in all honesty, like I'm still torn. I don't want to do. I'm pulling away from my Garnet deck because Garnet it's got too many things going at once. It doesn't know what direction to go into. It's literally just I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. So like it's not working anymore. Unfortunately, it's still a very good deck. Don't get me wrong. Don't know what that is. But it doesn't know what it's doing. So and that's the downfall of that deck. So you gotta like figure out. Oh wait, I gotta do this or I gotta do that. I might switch it over to a Totentaz or Stormclaw Rager, which is another just more Rakdos sacrifice things. Because like, I have all the pieces and a good chunk of it's foil, and I want to keep an actual Rakdos. The thing is, like, I can switch it over to the Gut Agent, which I gave to Hipstevius, right?
Yep.
But I just don't want to build a Gut Agent. It just because it's just something about like it just seems bland to me. You know, I don't know what it is. It just I don't want to do it. I have a bunch of decks that I want to build. I have one option I kind of want to do is Erkenbrand. Let me go back to this one. Put stuff back to this. So there's this one. This guy. So what he does is when he or another human you control enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+0. It's mono red. I'm gonna make it. It's super aggro. I am building a Legolas and Gimli Rule 0 deck for Pauper, where it's Teamer, where creatures die a lot. Then I'm building a Dargo Agent deck, which is very similar to Gut Agent, but it's more so going about super fast. That's what I want to do with that one, because I had Clay's Dargo Malcolm deck, and I was like, I'm going to do Toggle Malcolm, so I'm going to do this instead.
Yeah.
Then I have my Greta deck that I'm working on, because I want to finish the Greta deck and actually put it fully. I like almost every single piece. I just got to finish it. And then I have my Ellisil Core, which my Ellie deck has always been really good online, so I want to actually put it in paper now.
Put it in paper.
Yeah, because I said I've built Black Widow Aristocrats all the time, and then what I need to do. What's the other one I needed to put together? Drawing a blank. Just one other deck I wanted to build. I can't think of it. To put it all on paper, you know, because I want to have. I just don't need to have a million decks anymore.
Right.
I'm over it.
I've been doing the same thing. I've been legitimately my Mox field is separated from.
And yeah, and that's the thing is like because Mox Field exists, I don't need to build every single deck in paper anymore. So I've cut back like so much on what I have in paper. I still have like 20 decks. Don't get me wrong. Like, I still have a lot. But I remember at times I had like 40 decks in paper, and now it's like I don't need this.
Right.
You know, like even just like doing this, where I put them in like little like containers like this, where it's like I have most of the pieces of a deck. If any day, like, oh, I want to build this like that, I already have most of the pieces already there, so I don't have to like go buy an entire set of cards. You know.
Yeah, I might.
Based on what you like, I think Gretchen would be your best route, just because it's just this is combo done. Period. There's nothing else to it. It's just the whole point is combo, and you have that back end mindset of combo already. So like the potential, like the ruling, the direction in which that you need to take it. Right now more so it's just like getting like what you got to pay, like that. For example, right there a minute ago with the whole wizard cycling thing. It's little tidbits like that you just haven't played it, so you don't know those specific things, but you still know them, you know?
Do you have this deck in paper?
Yeah, 100%. Where do I have it? Is it over here? Oh, if you have that one, hell yeah. The hero is over there. Still gotta finish that. Let me see.
I'm just gonna. Ah. Trying to where I have.
Alright, let me put these back on. Yeah, so the decks I have I have the whatchamacallit, the D&D Gretchen in foil. So I already that's the one I have at the top end. That one has real snow forest, but you need to get the snow islands.
Gotcha.
So I have that in this one.
I think I have. Like you said, I've been slowly but surely trying to rip apart all the decks I have here. Just so I hate. Oh, I have.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? And then
Yeah,
I have to go on
I don't
force
know.
field power. Oh, okay. There. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I also have Tormod Ghost Crypt. These two dudes. It's not as good as it used to be. I just don't want to take it apart because it's just like an option I could have. Like, I want to play something basically super different. I have that. I have Brad's Rosariel, which is taking the initiative Voltron style control. And then I have Derek's Elf deck.
Derek's.
Yeah, so we always have that route. If you just want to throw some jank thing together, that's still pretty good. His is so good because he legit has like special versions of all the cards in the deck.
Right. Yeah, like I'll what I got here.
Yeah, no, I feel. But honestly, Gretchen's gonna probably have either Gretchen or Parcel Beast. They're doing pretty much the exact same thing. So, Tatiova, the other one, not the one you directly looked at first off. Tatiova was the original one to do the Freed from the Real combo. Those are the first ones that did that route. But then eventually Gretchen came out, and then everyone's like, obviously Gretchen's the way better choice because you can win right off the command zone. What time you playing it at? Oh, yeah. What? Eh. Play a group hug draw deck. Where all you do is just draw a fuck ton of cards. Alright, this is pending.
Oh, look what.
Ooh, nice. Love the old ones. That's good. Well, like I said, the older arts are I'm always for it, so nice. Always a good card.
I got a scrap.
I knew you wanted for that. Oh, that's solid. Random things. That's like nothing. That's all you gotta do.
Still need that swamp.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so. Yep, so our new territory manager is 100% not approving any overtime. And because today is the holiday, we normally get 8 extra hours in this week due to the holiday pay. But she's like, nope, I'm not going to approve that. Everyone needs to have a third day off this week. So we're all gonna have a third day off this week. It's got its pros. I got to spend more time with the kids, so
Talk to the
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then she's got a job interview with Centerville Bank on Tuesday because fucking Navigant Bank keeps fucking her over. They're like, "Oh, we'll give you the new job eventually." Like, no, you're fucking dicking her around because she is doing the pay for non-manager pay. So that's why you're fucking dicking her around. So she's like, "Fuck you," and then she's gonna go somewhere else now. Every fucking right to do so.
Well, all right, my brother.
Hell yeah.
Definitely. I'll zhuzh up a little. I have cards here. Probably full art.
Yeah.
You know me. All right, y'all. You
All
can
right.
find me at battletags.com. Signing on every month. We just bullshit cards. Other than that, Chris, why don't you do your little outro?
My name is Chris. One more game, MTG, and all the links can be found at omgmtg.com. We have I am hosting alongside Trivial Encounters a Pauper Commander competitive tournament on February 10th at 11 a.m. The web link registration is at omgmtg.com, and it's the very first link at the top of the website itself. It is $15 to enter, and from there, you have the potential of winning $200 for first place.
Hell yeah. I'm already entered. Haha, are you?
Yeah. Make the money.
Can't wait. Maybe I'll test out the scratching.
See? We got options.
Got options. All right, y'all. Have a good night. I'll see you back here in about 15 minutes.